Okay, greetings. This is Edward Ojambo. In today's tutorial, I'm going to show you, I'm going to review Helix 25.07.1 as an advanced text editor. Now, before we begin, I'd like to implore you that you should subscribe, like, follow, and leave comments, because that helps out the channel. And basically, the more people subscribe, the more the algorithm pushes this video or this content to others, and those people will come in and they will post either requests or they will share some information, which I'll share with all of you. All right, with that said, let's get on into today's tutorial. All right, so Helix is it's a lightweight and fast text editor for developers. So what this allows you to do is you could be very, very efficient. Don't worry, this is the last of the terminal text editors for a while, but it's very, very efficient. So I'll show you how it stacks up against other popular text editors, like the one I literally just did last week, Micro, and stuff like Vim, Emacs, etc. So these text editors are, for example, like Micro and Helix. They're supposed to be a modern take on the old school terminal types text editors. So we'll see what this one has to offer. All right, so basically this one is designed obviously to be seamless, efficient. So basically, if you're working on programming projects, editing configuration files, it's managing text, Helix provides all the tools you need to boost productivity. So we're going to test that out. So as you guys know, I have my own test suite, which will test to see how well Helix works. So my test suite is based on my particular needs through my programming, especially when I was working. When I'm still working. What I mean is the type of work I get, basically since I started this business, I'm a freelance programmer. Basically, the stuff I need for that type of work, whether it's programming websites, parsing very large databases, that's why the 1 gig text file comes in. Or, for example, if I need to find things very, very quickly, regex. Regex is pretty much built in these days, so that one is really kind of redundant now. But things like multiple cursors, yes, I actually use that, searching in them, and column select, all those type of things. I still use those today, whether it's for client projects or my own personal projects. So obviously, Helix is an open source module text editor inspired by the likes of Vim and Neovim, but with a modern twist. So that's what I was getting into. It focuses on providing an intuitive and fast editing experience using a combination of modes, commands, and plugins. One of the standout features of Helix is its performance. So unlike other text editors, Helix is designed to be fast, even when working with large files. Additionally, it supports syntax highlighting for many programming languages, offers a powerful search functionality, and provides native support for multiple cursors. So that's fantastic, because as you guys have seen, sometimes I have to install a plugin or I have to do all these shenanigans, which I dislike. It should actually be built in. It's actually a feature that programmers, at least like me, do use. I don't know about other programmers, I can't speak for them, but it's a feature that I actually use. I used to think it was useless, but when you actually start using it, you see how intuitive it is for your personal work. So being open source, it's developed and maintained by the community of contributors. It's free to use, and you can find the source code on GitHub. So it's licensed under the MIT license. I'm not going to spend too much time on the MIT license. I think that was the first license which I did. I did a complete review. So I created an article and I created a video as well. So on all the channels where you're watching this right now, you can just search for on my channel MIT license, and it should come up. If not, you go to ojambo.com, you just go to the search, right, this one here, just type MIT license, and you can go read up on MIT license. So I've already explained the key features of Helix here. It's also cross-platform, so it works on Linux, Mac OS, and Windows. I'm on Fedora Linux, specifically Fedora 43. So I'm lucky in that it's built into Fedora. So all I did was typed sudo dnf install Helix, and then one of the weird things is you'd expect to type the word Helix in order to start the program. No, you don't. You have to type HX. So that's one of that was a bit weird for me. I think they should have just called it HX instead, but that's fine. Or just Helix. Now, if you're on Mac OS, if you have Brew installed, you can simply just do brew install Helix. I believe Brew used to be completely cross-platform as well for Windows, Mac, and Linux, but it looks like I think their port to Windows maybe had issues because it's now basically just Mac OS and Linux. So that's up to you. For Windows, obviously, just go to the GitHub page, which we're going to take a look at right now very quickly. See here, Helix-editor on GitHub. And as you can see, the license is actually, it looks like they did change it to ML2. I believe that's a Mozilla public license. Yeah, Mozilla public license, but I haven't actually done this one. Sorry, I do apologize. I guess I need, I'll make that change to make sure that it's under the MLP license. I'm sure it was MIT. I guess I just saw the M and I assumed it was MIT. So I apologize for this. I will go back and I'll make that change. I don't know what happened there. Yeah, okay. So so that was my fault. Maybe I copied over from Micro. That's probably why I left it. So I used the template. So I'll make this change. So it's the Mozilla public license, which is an open source license, of course. All right. So oops, that's not what I want. So as you can see here, this is Helix. See the features it has here. And as you can see, obviously it's packaged for all the Linux, how to install it in the Linux ones, and how to get it up work, and how you can contribute and where to get support. And if we go to the releases here, as you can see here, there's obviously for Linux, even the Arch number collector, the Arch 64. I'm sorry, I mean ARM. What did I say? Arch. ARM 64, and obviously for Linux it's 64-bit. There's a Mac OS version, there's a Windows version, there's also an app image that's for Linux as well, and they also have a Deb if you have the Debian type system. So this one was 25.07.1. This was released in 2025 July 18. That's at the time of this recording. Alright, so the one I have is the one that's in the Fedora repositories. So bear with me for a second because, as I said, I recently upgraded from Fedora 42 to Fedora 43, so I'm not sure if, what version we have. So let me check. So I think before I go down, let's go check this out. So you can see, you can display this as screenshots. Quickly display the what do you call this? The the settings. You can display the settings, and you can also it has syntax highlighting. I don't know if you guys can see that the sun is actually out today, and it's kind of, there's a little bit of a glare, so I can't see this properly. I'm hoping you guys can see this. I think you should be able to because it's a screencast. So as you can see, you can also have a folder structure, and this is the screenshot. This is live, so I hit this. I don't know if you guys can see that. There we go. So it is live. Just a little delay, a few milliseconds, and this is a glossary where I have what a code editor is, what an ID, plugin, theme, open source, SCM. SCM basically just means Git for you guys, the source code management. LMB and MMB, those are just or synonyms or whatever you call them for left mouse button and middle mouse button. That way I don't have to type it all. All right, and this is my system. I finally did update it. So it's a Ryzen 5 5600 GT. The G stands for integrated graphics. I have 32 gigs of DDR4 RAM. But just remember, I don't get actually all of this because 4 gigs is reserved for the integrated graphics. That's what I use to, for example, display monitors and everything. Because I have a dedicated GPU which I use only for AI related stuff, and obviously video editing. And then the operating system, as I said before, it's Fedora 43. So I'm using the workstation, that means GNOME. 49, I'm using Wayland as well. So if you remember, some of the editors we had, which I reviewed, had a problem because of Wayland. So we'll see if this one is the same thing. I don't think it should because of the terminal one. And this is my test suite. As I said before, I have a 1 gig human readable. So this is supposed to mimic a very large file, especially like a database, which I have to go search for certain things, edit it, and then send it back to the customer. Because even today, even today in 2025, I just upgraded my system, as you guys saw. Some text editors still struggle with the 1 gig text file. So yeah, it's just crazy. So obviously a regex file, this just means you replace a bunch of words, find and replace. And the syntax file is it's a single PHP file. It has HTML, CSS, there's JavaScript, and obviously PHP. So I want to see how well that works. This one is no longer a problem. At least in 2025, all the editors had no problem with this. The media file, this just means if there's some type of folder or a workspace or a project folder, sorry, a project, and I can just drag an image into it. Obviously, this is a terminal. Based editor, so this one is going to struggle with it. And obviously, if you're doing Java, I have OpenJDK 21.0.9. This is kind of irrelevant because it's not a Java-based editor, so that was no problem. PHP is 8.4. I think this just changed literally yesterday. Right now it's 8.4.14, but 1.3 is fine at this time of when I created this article. Python is still the same, 3.14.0. I changed it yesterday. And Helix, as I said, is 25.07.1. I'm not sure about this one. We have to check on the terminal because I think I created this one when I was still in Fedora 42. So things might have changed, or it might still be an old one. We'll confirm that one. So the way the test is going to work is each part has each feature has 2 parts. If part of the feature it will get a 0.5 works. If none of the feature works, it gets a 0. It's that simple. So the maximum score for each feature is just 1. So to eliminate bias, what I try to do is I try to use this editor for a very long time, for about 3 years, and on different platforms. That's Mac OS, Windows, obviously Linux. Now, I use Linux predominantly. The only time I use Windows is when I do my taxes. That's like once a year. So I no longer, basically, I don't even have a Mac anymore. A customer gave me a Mac for to make iOS apps. That's such a long time ago. It was so old and not very good, so I actually recycled it. And Windows, as I said before, I don't use it, so I'm not even going to bother installing this on Windows. So I think what I might have to do is I I still leave this in here because there's some things which I do review, which I did test on all the other platforms. I might go back to doing that as well, just for testing. Maybe on the laptop I can maybe install Windows, and you guys can see that live, or I can put in a virtual machine. I'll see about that. But just letting you aware, I'm being honest. Okay, and then I did put at least some type of effort to get, if a feature was missing and there's a plugin available, I would try to get the plugin, just so, because I said that feature is very important, at least for my work. Now, if it's too convoluted, like I have to write my own scripts and put them in here and then have another script, the script, that one is too much, a waste of my time. So I'm just gonna give it a 0. Because I'm saying is that, for example, I know some of these text editors, for example, something like word count, they'll say just type word count this and do a key map. That one I can do because it's simple enough. That one is something I can do, and you guys have seen me do that before. But I'm saying if it's more complicated than that, it's not worth my time. You know what I mean? I'll just go to a different editor. All right, so let's get started here. Back here in the terminal, I'm in the same folder as this one, the editor -review, just to make sure that the tests are fair. So I just type hx -version, and you can see it's 25.07.1, so that's fantastic. Thank you. So Alexandra Sprout 7992 says thank you for the Kate editor review tutorial, subbed. Have a great day. Thanks you very much for subscribing. You too, have a great day. Speaking of live streaming, I am live streaming on YouTube, Rumble, BitChute, and Odyssey. So let me go check to make sure they're all okay. Give me a second here. I'm going to check up on Odyssey. What is wrong with Odyssey? Why do I have to refresh twice? That is always gets on my... Yeah, so Odyssey is working fine. Let's do BitChute. And hit play here. Okay, yeah, BitChute is fine. Okay, just a second here. I have to refresh again for Odyssey. Okay, Odyssey is fine too. Fine. Okay. All right. So as you can see, as I said, I have 25.07.1, and I did install it from the Fedora repository. So I'll show you how to do that. Basically, just type if you type dnf search Helix. You see it's searching. I also have. Let me zoom out just a little bit. Okay, so you see it's Helix x86-64. So you see it says here it's a post-modern module text editor written in Rust. I didn't even realize it's written in Rust. So yeah, so it's written in Rust and it's in the Fedora repository. So lucky for me, I do have. It's a good thing I did update because I do have the latest version 25.07.1, and that matches. You see here 25.07.1. That's in the GitHub. That's the one that came out this year. So I do have the latest version. So fantastic. Thank you, Fedora. All right, let me clear this. So as you saw, in order to start Helix, you just type hx. That's it, Helix. Boom, it's up and running. You see how quickly it loads up? Really fast, just like that. Now, when it comes up, there obviously you need to, because it's a terminal-based editor. There are things you need to be able to do, and I'll show you all that in a second. I want to make sure I follow everything here. So the first thing we need to take a look at is the theme. So obviously, the one thing I do like about it is probably one of the first terminal editors that I open up immediately, and it already had, I think, yeah, it already has like a darkish type theme. So I do like that. That's very rare for that. So obviously you can have your own themes or dark themes, light themes can be created, downloaded, and changed. So the score was a 1.0. Now to change the theme, it's very simple. All you do is similar to Vim. You just type colon, and you see what comes up there. Then you just type theme, and then you see. Then you can say you can change your theme, show the current theme, and etc. etc. So I'm not going to do that because you guys can do that yourself. So you can say you can change the theme. So that's perfectly fine. I'm okay with this theme. I think, yeah, this is the default theme. I'm perfectly okay with it. All right. So obviously I cannot drag and drop a text file into the editor, and so I'll explain what. So here, let me grab this small. This is a very small file. See this regex file? It's only 1 kilobyte, right? So obviously I can't drag it into here because you see all it does is just give me the file path to it. Now, one thing I do like about this one, all you have to do is type U to undo. So that was clearly not something I wanted. However, if you wanna open files, what you do is you type colon, then you go, then you type, you can type edit, or you can type it's open. They do have some aliases. So you see it says open a file from the disk from the current view. So if I just type open and press space, you see then it's going to show me, oops, it's open, let's see again, open. So there you go, open, and then here's my mouse. You see I have this. So if I want to open one of those files, I'm just, oops, I can't use the down key. I guess I have to use the tab key. Open, space, oops. Then you start typing. So what file do I want to open? Let's say I want to open up this regex file. See regex, then I type tab, then it's opened up. So it's very, very quick. Now if you notice something, actually I'll talk about that later. So this one you got 0 because you can't drag and drop, obviously. Now let's go open a very large file, and which one are we going to open up? So we're going to open a very large file, which will be this 1 gig one. You see it's exactly 1 gig. So what you do is colon again, then you type open, and you just type 1, just tab, and it's going to open it up. Now here's a weird thing. Did you see that? It's still fast, but there was a little bit of a delay, which surprised me because I'm like, I think it was Kate or Kdevelop. No. What editor is that? Qt Creator. That one was fast. That was probably the fastest GUI based editor. I was like blown away how fast it was. This one, there was a slight delay. I'm saying it's still fast, but that was slight delay kind of was iffy for me. So obviously you can see I can scroll up and down. For example, I go here. If to go to edit mode, you have to type I. There we go. You see now I can edit it. Blah, blah, blah. How are you? Right? So there we go. So editing is pretty nice and everything. However, I'm not silly. Let me see how much monitor. I've had issues with Rust-based editors before, and oh, look at that! Look how much memory is being used right here. See, that's 7 gigs. That is well. It's not. I think on idle the system is about 3 to 4 gigs. So that's a lot of, how do I say, that's a lot. So let me actually make this a little bit smaller. Oops, I can't. Let me put it here. Let me close this. So to close something, all you have to do is, what is close here? Buffer close. So what you do is colon, oops, escape. Then you just type buffer close. You see that it says buffer close. You just type buffer close, and you can see there's an alias. It shows you up there. If you can't see it right here, it says the alias is BC. So I said there are aliases to some of this. So it's just a buffer close. Now because I've edited the file, I probably need to put the exclamation. There we go. So I want to close that one, and yes, so I wanted to close that one. And as you can see, I said I've had problems with Rust because you can see it's still using quite a lot of memory. It's still using 7 gigs of memory. That is insane. This is the problem I said with Rust-based editors, is that at least so far is I don't know the memory management, or I don't know if maybe they're using something wrong there. They do use significant amount of memory. So let's see what's going on here. I'm going to quit this. Let's actually buffer, or you can just quit because I didn't edit this one. I should be able to quit. And you see, it dropped down to 6.5. So something else, I'm hoping there's nothing running in the background. Let's just go see the processes, what's going on here. That is still a lot of memory. So Firefox, isolated, LibreWolf. This is just normal stuff. Guinea's open, FFmpeg. None of this are using that much memory. You can see the memory being used. So the biggest hogs are this isolated. Oh, that's a Firefox. What the? Firefox? That is weird. Firefox, and then it's private window. What is this Firefox is for? Is that Crush? It looks like it's not. I don't know. I don't know what those are. Maybe it's based on LibreWolf and Thunderbird. OBS is not using that much, so I don't know where all those resources are, but definitely it was using a little bit of RAM there. It's so over a gig, so that's perfectly fine. Let's hit up again. All right, so I've opened it up again. You can see it's still at 6.5. So 6.5 is going to be our our test bed. I'm going to take it out of here, and I'll bring it back if I notice something weird going on. All right. So we did the large file. So you can edit. So here. So if you want to, let's do multiple files now. So let's say I want to open up books and this one as well. So what you do is you simply just colon. You see, the alias for edit is basically open. It's the same thing. So you can type edit, or you can just type open. It's the same thing. They're all aliases. O, edit, E. They're all the same. So if you notice, we're saying, why are you using edit and then you used open? They all do the same thing. They're just aliases. So I type edit, and what did I say? Oh, books. I want to do books. So the books, you see, it already has syntax highlighting. I didn't have to any plugin or anything. So I do like that. Then now if I want us to do, so what do we do here? So obviously that's number 5. Now obviously I can't say, I can't tell you to put it right in the beginning, right? Because there's no, I can't drag it left, right, or something like that. So so that's why I got a 0.5. Now, as for, you can do splits, you can do vertical splits, or you can do horizontal splits. So let's do a vertical split for the PHP file, syntax.php. So again, colon, and you just type vsplit, and then what is it called, syntax PHP, and you can see it split it vertically here. And then if I click in here and I want to do a horizontal split, so you just type hs split space, and what file should I open up here? Open up the regex file, regex tab, open it up. So you can see that's how you you can position them on the screen. So that's perfectly fine, and obviously you can also have shortcuts to do all that stuff for you, so you'll go even faster. All right, so if you notice something, is that this is not very, should I say, readable, right? So we'll get to that in a sec. We'll get that down there. So creating 9 project files is possible. Obviously, this is not necessarily a project, so that's easy enough. That's perfect. The only ones that, number 6, the only ones that were really a pain in the, you know what, or usually IDEs, they force you to create a project before you can actually do what you want, which I found very, very annoying. They're getting away from that, which is about time. So that's a perfect score. The soft wrap, this is what I was trying to say. So we can enable soft wrap. Basically, again, you just set space soft wrap dot enable, then you set it to true. So what that means is that you see how with this word, for example, the sky darkened B. Obviously, there's more words here, or even here, the genie. Sorry, is that the genie? Price, title, author, and obviously this HTML, this PHP file, you see the stuff are clearly cut off, right? So that's where soft wrap will come in. So to enable soft wrap, as I said before, you just do colon, and you type set, what is it again? Set soft wrap dot, oops, spelled it wrong, soft wrap dot enable space, and then you see it gives you options right there. It tells you you can configure runtime. So for example, I can set it to true or false. Obviously I wanted to set it to true, so I type true and then press enter. Oops, soft wrap, I spelled it wrong. Oh, I think I forgot. Oh yeah, it looks like I did forget to do it. Let's do it again. No, I did do it. Soft wrap set. This, I don't know if this is a bug. I think I had a problem with this, and then I had to just put it in the into the global. I had to put it into the global. What do you call it? Yeah, soft wrap. Oh, I thought soft wrap wrong. Okay, that's what. Okay. Ooh, that's a bug. Enable true. Okay, that's probably why it didn't work. There we go. So you can see now it has soft wrap. For example, here it says meta name, see view port. It's fine, and then this one here you can see obviously nothing seemed out of place. So I need to. I'm gonna make a note here so that I need to change. What is that? Number 7. Number 7 should be set soft wrap. That's why it didn't work. Okay, because I had to go and put it into the config file. So okay, so that was my fault. I wasn't paying attention that there should be a hyphen soft wrap. I'll fix that for the article. All right, and then spell check cannot be enabled. But there were discussions implementing in the future to work as a word type. So right now it's gonna get a 0. They were talking about it. Now some people came up with some other workarounds, but remember I told you if it's too unwieldy. I mean, if it's more than 3 steps, you know, it's not worth it. Like I said, I'll just use another text editor. What I'm saying is that it might come in the future. I did read the discussions. Now, word count can be achieved for the entire buffer or for selection by adding a custom status bar commands, as it's not built in. Word count for the current buffer file worked, and selection word count is available as part of word count. Yeah. So what I did here is, as I said, remember I told you by using something like find and regex, you can simply enable the status bar, and then you can can put your own. Excuse me, I need a drink of water. My throat is getting dry. Sorry about that. Yeah, so it does work. Obviously, again with the WC that's built into what do you call it? Built into not Linux. I was going to say Bash or whatever. WC. Jump to line. So to jump to line, very simple. You just type colon line number. So for example, it's hard to see here. Oh, you guys don't even. Oh yeah, line numbers are here. I can barely see them because of the glare. So right now, I think I don't know why this says 3 and this says. Oh, this is a different one. So let's pick. You know what? Let me zoom out a little bit here. It will be easier to see. I'm going to zoom out here so we can see the line numbers better. Okay. So right now, I'm going to scroll down here. I'm going to see I'm on line 10, right? So I want to jump to line 1. So what I do is I just type colon again, type line, what is it, line number. Let's go right, line num. Huh. Is it line hyphen as well? Did I make another mistake? Line ending? No, that's not it. Pretty sure. Just a second, let me look at my notes. I do take notes. Oh, that's weird. I don't. Is it just simply Control G? Let me try that. Let me just try that. Oh, I think it's just line. Okay, just. Oh, sorry. I meant where line number. I think line number is a number. It's kind of like Vim, I think. So if I type 1, is it? Yeah, there we go. I think I forgot to add something here by entering the line number. So basically, this line number means line number, whatever you want. Okay, so yeah. So I didn't know how to put that. So the line number. So just colon and then you see it jumped up to number 1. So for example, here if I want to jump to line say I don't know 12, you see then it's jumped to line 12 here. So that does work. Perfect score. Indentation does work as well, so I'll show you. Easiest way to show you that is either using the books.xml file or the PHP file. So I think what I'll do is I'll do the books one here. Let me zoom in, not too much, there we go. So for example, if you see here the word catalog, so if I go here and I press enter, I have to go to edit mode. So I have to press I to go to edit mode. So I press enter, you see it automatically indented. It knew that it's going to be a child. Now if I go here to book, press N to go to the end, you see it automatically does that by default. I didn't have to enable anything, so I do like that feature. So I got a perfect score, so all children are automatically indented. Now fonts can be dynamically scaled. I just use the control and the middle mouse button or scroll wheel, depending on your mouse. So that worked, as you guys saw. I already zoomed. See, I can zoom in and out. So I like. Obviously, I think it also depends on your terminal. I think it's based on your terminal. So meaning that the default font can be bypassed. I mean, the font size can be bypassed. So of course, perfect. And now to find and replace, for example, this one here. The regex file should have, you see the regex files has a light XL. So what you can do is, excuse me, you just type slash. Let me go somewhere like here. So you just type slash, you see, then slash, the search comes up there, and then I was looking for light XL. Oh, I like that. It goes to the next one. I didn't realize it does that. That's really, really awesome. So there we go. And then if you want to do a find and replace, you have to do this one here. As you can see, it's colon S. Then you do your search, and then your replace. Then you can add whatever flags you want after that. So then you get a perfect score. So if you don't understand what I'm talking about, what you do is colon S, and then you put a slash. And then you can put whatever search item you want. For example, if I want a light XL, and then slash the replace item. In this case, it will be, what's the name of this one? Helix. You type Helix, and then flag, for example, if you don't know, I for lowercase, what is it? Is it G for global, things like that. So then you press enter, and it will take care of that for you. Did I forget to put the colon? Yeah. So I think I forgot to put the colon there. So that's your search and replace. Regular expressions, they do work. I got this from their website. All right, and multiple language syntax. Obviously, as you can see, this is a PHP file here. You see, there's JavaScript, there's CSS, there's HTML. They're all they have the syntax highlighted. And rectangular block selection. So I'm going to get rid of some of these items here because it's kind of I wanna do some of the other stuff without all this distraction. So I'm gonna go here. If you remember, you just do buffer close for that one, and this one up here I'm also going to do a buffer close. Did I save? Okay, so let's do buffer close because I don't want to save anything in there. There we go. This is the only file I want. I'm going to zoom in just a little bit. There we go. So rectangular block, to select the rectangular block, all you have to do is oh, I forgot, for find you type N for the next match and then capital N for the previous match. So you go back and forth for that. You can go forward or backwards is what I mean. Where was I here? Rectangular block. So it's Alt Shift C. So I think this for this 16 and 17, I think they were not meant for a mouse, which was really annoying for me. You have to use a keyboard. I think you might even have to use a keyboard shortcuts. Let's try it out. So I'll go here. I'll go here in the morning. So what is it? Alt Shift and C. See, there you go. So that's what I'm saying. It's kind of weird because that looks like it's the that's very similar to that looks like it's multiple cursors. Okay, so for example, if I start typing, that's clearly multiple cursors. So just press U to U undo doesn't work. Okay, now it works after you escape it, so then it gets out of it. And you can see you can go up. I'm using the up and down keys. See, there we go. So that's more like multiple cursors, but that is not really what I want. What I want is Alt Shift C. The more I press C, then it does that weird. So I can go up and down. Yeah, I don't know. How did I get that working? I can't remember. So let's undo that. Escape. U. Already all this changed. That's not true. Can I click the mouse? Okay, the mouse is out. So let me try with the mouse. So Alt Shift C. Yeah, but I can't go here. Yeah, see, that's the thing. I was able to get it working. Rectangular block session doesn't work. Oh, the work. Yeah. So as you guys noticed, when this wrap, this is why I made this one. You see, this is soft wrap. It didn't work properly. But if I zoom out, I think now it's gonna work. For example, I forgot Control. Let me zoom out a little bit. Now I think it should work. So that's what I'm saying. I don't know if it's buggy or maybe I'm doing something wrong. It's Alt Shift C. Let me try. Is it the J key? Open. Okay, so let's do a new. Yeah, so I couldn't get that to work, so I don't know. I can't get it to work now, so I'm just gonna move on. So sometimes when I'm doing, it might be an OBS thing, or because see, one of the weird things is when I write the article, I do test this stuff, and obviously it does work. If it doesn't work, I'll put it in the article. So what happens is if there's an update, it could be maybe the GNOME desktop, it could be Wayland, or the application itself. then wonky things happen. So I don't know, but I said I clearly I did test it and it was working. So yes, it says holding. I did try that and it's not working for me now. Yeah, so I don't know what's going on there. So I'm going to move on. So let's try the multiple cursor. I think it's the same thing. It just says it's Shift C. Shift C. That is not what I want. If I want to go somewhere else. So that is multiple cursors because but I'm saying it's very particular. Like that's not really what I want. I want, for example, the multiple cursor, I should be able to jump somewhere else. For example, if I put a cursor here, then was it Shift C? Okay, then if I go here and type Shift C, you see Shift C just keeps on going. So I don't know, it claims it works, maybe it doesn't work properly, I don't know. That's what I'm getting. I said, remember I told you guys, I don't know if it's a Wayland thing, but Rust sometimes it's a little bit wonky, but that's what I'm getting. That was Shift C. I don't see the difference. Oh, is it? I think Shift C just goes the different way. So for example, this is Shift C, it goes down. If I type Alt, Shift C, it goes the other way. So I think it's just a reverse. For me, it doesn't work. Oh, it says, then if you want to search, which I was able to do, just type the slash and I was able to search only in that area. I said, I don't know if it's OBS. It might be OBS because it's also recording this particular screen. I'm trying to do this. I said, I don't know, I'm just speculating. But I was able to get it to work. Now it's not working for some reason. Obviously, the destruction-free mode works. It's very sparse already. You can toggle the line numbers. So, for example, colon. Then you just type set line -number. And you can see you can disable it by, so for example here, if I type false, it will go away, or if I can type true, obviously I want it, so I'm not going to you know, disable it because I do like line numbers. But if you don't like them, you can get rid of them. Now, surprisingly, it has some type of file manager, and that one you just press space and E, and then it will pop up. So let's try that. Let me get rid of this. So you type space, the space bar. I've typed the space bar and you can see it says here open file picker at current working directory. And so for example, let's say I want the file picker at the current, so that's going to be a capital, is that F here? Capital F. And you can open it up in a next work, so you can see all this stuff. So that's the file manager. So I'm going to do capital F, and you see capital F, and you see it also gives a preview. Oh, that's nice, eh? See the preview there. It tells you it's a binary file, obviously a PDF file, a regex file, so you can also do that. So that's the file manager. It has one built in. That is actually really nice. That's a nice feature. I think some of those advanced text editors, the ones that came out about 10 or so years ago, they had features like this. So there you go. Nice little feature. You just press escape and it goes away. So that's file manager. For terminal, you just type :sh. Then you can run what do you call it? You can run shell. You can see here you can run shell commands, and or you can just see there's also an alias as well. So there's so many. There's a lot of aliases. But just press enter. Oops. Oh, I think I have to run a terminal command. So let me just run a terminal command there. So I'll say ls and press enter. And you can see that's just to list all the files there. So you're able to run terminal. It's not quite a terminal, but you can you can run results, which is good enough. For example, if I was running Git or whatever, I'll be able to see the results here. So that's fine. That's a command. So that's the review of the Helix text editor. And the Helix text editor is the last editor that I've actually gone through all of the text editors I want to do for this year. There were some I was not able to install because of they want to take over the entire system. Yeah, you heard me right. A text editor that takes over your entire operating system, which is ridiculous. So those ones I might test them maybe soon, maybe in a distro box or something, but I don't think they're worth it. But just maybe to humor you guys, I might do that, or myself. So let's finish this up. So the result, Helix is a lightweight IDE. By default, it's missing a few required features that can be enabled, implemented by plugins, or as you said, like some type of script. For my required features, Helix editor scored a 75% or 7.5 out of 10. That's not a bad score for a terminal-based editor, but I said for my particular needs, I was kind of surprised how, as you guys know, when I opened up this 1 gig text file, that little delay, it's not a big deal, but yeah, it was kind of weird. It was kind of weird with that. Even right now, let me show you this. You see the memory went up to 6.6, so it's using 100 megs of RAM, if we believe this. So I can't believe, even I don't know if it was the one which went over to the swap. I guess when the first time I opened up that 1 gig file. So I'm saying, I don't know. I don't know if it's my system or the way it was built. It's not efficient for my system. That shouldn't happen. I have lots of RAM. That should not happen. But you guys saw the result. All right. What else is here? 75% or 7.5 out of 10. If you need more resources for developers, I got you covered. I have programming books and courses, whether you're learning Python, JavaScript, or another programming language. All my programming books on Amazon. The link is also in the description. You search for Adobe Jambo as well. Programming courses at jamboshop.com. If you guys want some coupons for that, let me know. I haven't done any coupons yet this year. My bad. But if you guys need, let me know. I can get those for you. And if you're looking for personalized one-on-one programming tutorials, I'm available for online sessions. Contact me on jambo.com/contact to schedule a session. If you need help with Helix, like assistance with installing it or migrating it, I can help you with that. Whether you're setting it up in your own system or switching from another editor, I provide expert support. You can reach me at jamboservices.com/contact to help with my installation or migration. So Helix is a fantastic choice for developers who want a fast, modern, and highly customizable text editor. Whether you're a Vim user or new to module editors, Helix offers a great experience with powerful features and a smooth learning curve. If you want to learn more about how to use Helix effectively, don't hesitate to contact me for tutorial support or even a personalized setup. Happy coding. Okay, with that, this end of the tutorial. Again, I would like to implore you guys to to subscribe and like, follow, and leave comments, because I said before, it helps the channel grow. And if you have any requests, let me know. Right now I'm going to start going through some editors I've done before, meaning we'll see the updates, if the updates fix those bugs or issues we discovered in the previous versions. But be sure to subscribe. I'd like to thank everybody who subscribed so far this month. Keep it up. It helps, as I said, that's the easiest way to support the channel, because the more people subscribe, the more the content gets sent out to more viewers, and viewers come in, they can share information, even if it's just requesting a review, or I can do that. So I'm going to go backwards. So if you want, jamboservices.com, that's the link there, you should see it. That's for if you need help, if you need any services help, including, say, maybe not just tutorials, but some people need a one-on-one like help. Maybe you're having problems with some programming. Yeah, that's me. I'm a freelance programmer. I'll explain that in a second down there. My courses at jamboshop.com, and the books are available on Amazon. You can search for Jambo. The links are all in the description. All right, let's go back here and finish up. You want to know more about me? I have my bio. Any article, just you'll see. I write majority of the articles there. So you see about Edward. I'm a freelance programmer, and you can see I have links here to all the books. The bookshop is on Amazon. You can also search for Edward Jambo there. And if you need support, my services page at jamboservices.com, and if you're ready to learn, jamboshop.com, the online courses. So that's it. I am going to spare you guys this. What is it? This is the referral link and the affiliate link. So if you guys are interested in that stuff, it's there. Yeah, if you're not, that's fine as well. All right, so that's it.